Here you go. Take it.
Lord be with you.
I'm Henry, Miller Crazel's new apprentice. He sent me to search for a niter pit, and said you might be able to help me with that.
Of course I will. I'm Bonnie. Nice to meet you. Nicknames. What should we call you?
Henry's fine.
Well, that's not very creative. You know what? I'll come up with a nickname for you myself when I get to know you better. Did you bring me something from the mill?
Actually, Crazel said you'd appreciate some herbs.
He's right there. Do you have some for me?
I've got something here.
My word, that's exactly what I need. The ingredients for the magic ritual.
What kind of magic ritual?
The kind where Zenek finally gets some sense into his head and stops making stupid beginner's mistakes. Just so you know, that mess with the author of Hermes Trismegistos would never have happened to me. Not me. While we're on the subject of rituals, did Crazel tell you about the golem?
He did.
And what do you think of it?
I'm curious to see what a golem made of flour will look like. I'm mostly curious to see if Crazel will really be able to breathe life into it with the help of saltpeter.
I'm more worried that as soon as it comes to life, it'll slay us all with one blow. So, if by some chance it looks like something's going wrong, you won't see my heels for dust. And I suggest you do the same. But that's enough of that. We're not going to stand here talking about flower golems when we've barely just met. I'd like to chat with you too, Henry. Get to know you a bit. But if you're in a hurry to find Crazel's saltpeter, I won't keep you.
No. I have plenty of time. But where to start?
You know what? I'll start. When they caught Zenek in Troskovitz, I was scared out of my mind that they'd catch me and clap me in the stocks. I had to hide out here for a while, so I haven't had anyone to talk to. And games. Zenek and all the other mill knuckleheads were never worth much as company. So I'm glad the millers finally found a normal hand for once. You've got a beautiful dog. What's his name?
Mutt.
What a cute fella. How did you find each other?
He belonged to this girl I knew, Teresa. She saved my life in my hometown, Skalitz, when I went to bury my parents.
Well, I'll be... That's what I call an interesting past. I used to have a dog, but I don't anymore.
He died.
He started getting these lumps all over his body. He stopped eating, just slept all the time. And then But what's done is done. And what about you? What kind of family are you from? Also, thieves?
No. Pa was a blacksmith. I inherited something from him, I hope.
Oh, really? Would you teach me how to make, maybe, barrel hoops?
Those are pretty hard. Wouldn't you rather start with, maybe nails?
Sure. I'm pretty quick to learn and patient. That is, with one exception. When Crazel starts spouting off his alchemy theories, I'd rather run for the hills. What do you think of the old miller, anyway?
He seems awfully mystical. He has lots of experience, like as if he's lived for hundreds of years.
It's his beard that does that. Don't let it fool you. Thanks for talking to me. It really is good to have someone to pour my heart out to. But now, about that saltpeter. Before you came, and before Zenek fucked up with the manuscript, we collected saltpeter all over the place, mainly in sties. It has to be scraped from the walls. Horrible work, time-consuming and annoying. I'm not going to lie to you. We also looked in a few chests, just in case. You know. Anyhow, now all the sties in the region are scraped clean and we're sitting pretty on a nice barrel of saltpeter.
Barrel is quite a lot.
For the whole Trotsky region, aye. Unfortunately, Crazel said we need at least 6 times as much.
6 times? Will one saltpeter pit be enough?
I reckon so. There should be as much as Crazel needs for his masterwork. If you're looking for it, you ought to know how saltpeter forms. Do you have any idea?
No, I don't. And Crazel, of course, didn't tell me shit.
Don't forget that saltpeter crystals are formed in places where something is rotting. It can be shit or carcasses. Well, a saltpeter pit is actually nothing more than a mass grave. The best natural saltpeter maker.
Crazel said saltpeter is a vessel for life energy. I get it that it's left over from dead bodies, but how do you get it from shit?
God's mysterious ways. You know how it is.
And he also wanted me to taste it. That's nonsense, though, isn't it?
Unfortunately, it isn't. Otherwise, you won't know if it's saltpeter or some other shit. It feels kind of cold on the tongue.
Jesus. And you know where to look for such a pit full of carcasses, do you?
Not exactly, but I have an idea. Times are evil and there's plenty of corpses. A person who's digging holes and throwing dead bodies into them and doesn't even know he's got a a saltpeter mine.
The local gravedigger?
Exactly. And the one we have here in the region is also the knacker.
Ah, the gravedigger Ignatius. I've already met him. He lives outside Troskowitz in the direction of Apollonia, right?
Aye, that's him.
So I'm in for a walk to the cemetery.
Seems like it. Too bad you couldn't have walked around the county with us before. It was fun. And pretty useful experience. I learned a lot during that time, and I won't keep it to myself. I'd be happy to teach you something, if you want.
I'll keep that in mind.
That old gravedigger will be suspicious, so I'd bring him some kind of offering. He's always dragging those carcasses, so I'm sure he'd appreciate a slab of fresh meat from Troskowitz butcher.
Good idea.
He lives a short way from the cemetery, so at least the meat won't go bad on the way. Lots of luck, Henry.
Why do you work for the miller?
Because he pays well, and don't care how much coin I make on the side.
You mean by stealing?
And he doesn't ask any stupid questions.
What did you do before?
I got by any way I could. Believe it or not, I started in a convent.
You? A nun? Well, why not? I was in the cloisters myself for a while.
Oh well, different people have different fates. But we all ended up...
What do you think about Crazel?
You're another one of those that don't know if they should love him or hate him, right? Crazel is his own man. Once you learn to get along with him, you can't help but admire him a bit. But sometimes he's unbearable as soon as he opens his mouth.
What do you know about the Troskovitz gravedigger?
He's a pretty tough old bird. He follows the rule, I'll treat you the way you treat me. And he appreciates when a fella's direct and open. But I probably wouldn't tell him everything about us.
So, Bonnie, the most honest girl I know, sent me. I'd like to see some dead animals as models for painting a church fresco. A scene from the apocalypse.
That might be a bit much, but you learn fast.
How was the saltpeter collection and tasting again? Sounds pretty disgusting.
It wasn't so bad. Zenek kept whining about it, but being a saltpeter collector, it has its benefits. When you go and clean someone's sty, they don't pay much attention to you and leave their purses and chests unattended. We made a pretty decent amount on the side.
What, by stealing?
Confiscating property for the greater glory of God. I hate the term stealing.
Just like Crazel. Tell me something more about Zinnek.
He's Andy, that's for sure. But also a bit of a fool. To be honest, I don't care for Crazel's horseshit most of the time either. I do this job because it's fun. Unlike Zinnek. He does everything for his own good, doesn't give a damn about any greater cause or other people. Actually, he really pisses me off with his attitude. And he entertains himself by coming up with the stupidest nicknames for me. Dunger, for instance. What kind of a bloody awful name is Dunger?
Oh, lovely. And what does he call himself?
Scruffy. Or Jan, Nicholas, Franz, Peter, Jakub. The most bland, everyday names. He tries to be careful, but then he opens his big mouth and fucks it all up, just like in Troskovitz.
What is this lair place?
Crazel built a stall so all them honest, curious people in the mill, the likes of Hensel, wouldn't have to worry their little heads about what we're doing here.
You mean behind that boarded up door in the cliff?
We're definitely not doing anything there right now, 'cause of the mess in there. I told Zenek to clean it up. I think he wants to see if the place will get so rotten that saltpeter will bloom on the walls.
I'd like to learn something.
And what would you...
Oh.
See you later, my friend.
Quick! Go! Ka! I wouldn't want that there. Quick! Ka! Ka! Go!
Hey there! I have some nice wares here.
About time. Quick! Go! 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 Quick!
Apa nih?
Go! Die! Die! Go! Die!
Hey! You nearly ran into me!
Die! 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 Quick! Quick! Die! Go! Die!
How can I help you today?
I'm looking for a friend. He's called Capon. I'm sure you'd recognize him.
Aye, I saw you, but I ain't bothered.
I'm sorry, but that's not your business, is it?
No, he weren't. But I ain't saying I don't try anything of that. Capon wants to see you.
I'll have a look at the...
Dia apa ya? Beef, bacon kali ya.
Pleasure doing business. Take care.
Quick! Go! Ka!
You have done unto me according. The Lord be with you. What do you need?
Have you heard any news?
There's something new every day.
Do you know what happened with the bodies from near the pond? Tankard, Conrad.
Who?
Well, you wouldn't know their names. A couple of soldiers that fell there. Where are they buried?
Oh, aye. I remember them. They all ended up in a pit together right by the cemetery. All I got was a yellow waffen rock for the effort. Getting them out of there was a grind. They was well fed. You could tell right away they was from better parts than this here county.
Yeah, you're right. They're a long way from home.
Not to worry. Earth is earth, wherever it is.
Ignatius, I'm gonna need your help.
Of course. How many are there? Where do you want to bury them? Shall we grind the teeth up, or do you want to take them away in your purse?
None of that. I have a different, slightly unusual request. Bonnie from Lower Semine sent me. We're looking for a saltpeter pit.
From Lower Semine? What pit?
A saltpeter pit.
I ain't never heard of nothing like that. What's it supposed to be? A pit to hell?
Yeah, something like that. At night you hear the cries of tormented souls and catch the whiff of sulphur.
Well, that I can't help you with.
Not to worry. It's actually just a hole with some rotting carcasses in it. These white crystals form in it. And that's exactly what we're after.
You should have said you're looking for the pit I throw carcasses into. What's all this about Salty Peter? I'm going to go there anyway, so I'll take you there.
Really? That was easier than I thought.
Not even a chicken scratches in the dirt without hope of reward, though. You'll help me with something first. I have some collections from some Slatigo farmsteads, and I'd be a fool if I didn't use a helping hand. At least one day I can take it a bit easy.
You want me to help you with your grave-digging business?
Why not? You look like a strong fella. You'll be a good helper.
I have a better idea. You tell me where I can find that pit, and I'll give you a nice piece of fresh meat for it.
I won't say no to that. Show me what you have. Oh, aye, fresh meat. What a feast that'll make. Now, listen closely. That pit of yours lies at the end of a long journey that we'll take together on my wagon.
So you got meat out of me for nothing?
When I see how much you lot in Lower Semine are interested in it, I'm not just going to hand it to you on a plate. But thanks for the meat, and don't worry about a thing. Grave digging is a job like any other. Sooner or later, everyone needs our services. And if it wasn't for us knackers, folk would have to deal with their animal carcasses themselves.
Of course. I understand. I'm just a little worried about what people will say about me when they see me with you. I wouldn't like to lose the honor I've earned as squire to a nobleman.
Don't worry about what people say. They'll only strip you of your honor if you let them. So what then? Shall we take a nice little ride with my boys Snorter and Dragonfly here? Nice and early, at daybreak.
Let's get this over with then.
Didn't you understand me? We ain't going nowhere now. Like I said, be here at daybreak. That's between night and day. Do you understand?
Is there some place I can wait for morning to come?
Of course, if you've got nothing better to do, you can sit here with me. If you know how to read, I have a book hidden in the outhouse I got of a dead fella. That'll make the time go faster.
Okay.
In fact, you can keep it. All I can do is admire all them fancy squiggles in it anyway.
And where can I sleep?
At the inn in Truskowitz. Get a good breakfast there, too. You'll need it to be at full strength. Here's a little something so you know I take care of my helpers. See you in the morning.
Subuh ya. Mana bukunya? Nah, mana katanya kamu ada buku? Sini apa ya?
Quick! Die! Quick! Siegfried said you might welcome some help.
Aye, and you've come just in time, lad. I just bought this fucking animal from Siegfried. He gave me a friend's discount, but I shouldn't have taken that ram even if it was free.
But slow down a little. What ram?
As soon as he got a sniff of wolves, he hightailed it out of there.
You think a sheep would stay in the herd?
Aye, exactly. This ram ran off straight into the deepest, darkest forest, and I'm supposed to look for him there at my age. The wolves are said to be in that part of the forest.
Let me guess. You want me to go in there?
A few years ago, I would have gone in there with pleasure and given them a beating. But what can I do now? I'm so old. You're still young. It'll be easy for you.
I'll help you.
Oh, that would be mighty nice of you. That ram is as dumb as a log, but losing even a single sheep would be a shame. There are some clearings not far from here in the woods. If he's still alive, he'll definitely be grazing there.
He'll come with me, just like that.
No, but take this carrot. He'll follow you to the ends of the earth for that. Farewell, my friend.
Let's go, Matt.
This must be the lost ram. Do you want to hear a joke? What did the wolf say to the baby sheep? Nice to eat you. You're right. It wasn't that funny. Greetings, sheep. Don't worry. We're going home. Sit. I said, sit. Oh, aye. Only for carrots. What do you think about the situation in our country? You're right there. It's full of bandits and humans. Of course. Can't forget about the wolves. I absolutely agree. These forests are full of wolves. If we run into them, you'll have a choice. You can either run away or fight. Yeah, that's what I thought. How's Stanislav treating you? Why'd you run away when you have so many sheep friends there? Oh, that's the very reason, you say. What do you call two sheep who are dating? A relationship. What did the clean sheep say to the dirty sheep? You smell bad. Sit. I said, sit. Oh, aye. Only for carrots.
Good doggy, good boy.
Oh man, ni estos.
Well, I'm back.
So, what happened? Don't keep me in suspense.
I brought that ram of yours,
That's wonderful of you. I thought he'd be done for.
and he almost was too. The wolves were just coming for him,
Then you have my admiration. I'd have probably run for the hills.
so I deserve some kind of reward, don't I?
Absolutely, absolutely. Here, you have everything I can afford. You got that thorn out of my side. Or rather, that wolf from my heart. You deserve it all. And if you want to help someone else, then there's Natan hereabouts. Not a name you hear often, eh? Well, not everyone can be called Hans or Dorothy. His parents had a bit of imagination. Unlike some folks. Now, where was I? Oh, right. Natan's herd grazes to the west of Semi. He's got a nice little place there, I've got to give him that. Maybe he's also having some trouble. My friend.
Cha! Cha! Cha!
Lovely gumbo the other day for a...
God be with you. You must be parched. What say you have a drink with us?
God be with you. I'll be glad to have a drink with you fellows.
That's precisely what young Petska and me are doing here. We like to roll dice too.
Well, I'll be more than happy to play with you. But first, I need to know who you are.
No worries there. I'm Bohush. Me and Petska here are just honest-to-goodness labourers.
Not that it's any of my concern, but you don't look like labourers to me. What's with the weapons?
Well, the roads can be very perilous nowadays, so it's good to have a piece of steel for protection, right? Luckily, it usually only takes a well-aimed smack or a couple of punches, and I can lay anyone out with my bare hands.
You smell of horse sweat, yet I see no horses.
Look, no disrespect, we may not be labourers, true, but we're no crooks neither. In short, we look for horses, for a very well-heeled mistress. But only strays, that's all.
So, horse traders for hire?
Yeah, something like that. But we're pretty bored right now, and we're at a loose end.
You say you're good at wrestling?
Oh yeah, I could show you if you want.
Well, I'll wager I'm a better fighter than you any day, Bohush.
You're on. I'll gladly smash you up and earn some coin in the process. You still... Not like that, for fuck's sake. Big mistake, shithead.
No mercy!
Haven't had enough. Christ. Not like that, for fuck's sake.
Ayo, aku nyangkut.
Christ. I'm just getting... You still haven't had enough. You want to try me? Try it again. Fuck you! You still haven't had... Fuck, that was well fought. Here's your coin as promised. We're even, right?
Nice fight. A nicer coin. Goodbye, Bohush.
Wait a minute. Hebel makin kuat ya? Pada 600, the fuck? Mahal banget harga kuda kita. What?
The Lord be with you.
bisa save ya di sini.
Go!
Come on, lad, take a bath. You stink like a pig.
I've come for Gazer, the son of the nomad's voivod. Or rather, for his body.
The devil himself made him cross our path. Pulled his knife on us right away, the bastard. He wanted to stab us all. So he got an axe to the head. The foreman said we should tie the body to a tree, so them other vagabonds see they can't mess with us.
All right. I think I'll have a word with your foreman.
See you later, my friend.
That'll be Gazer. They really gave him a going over.
Here, mutt.
Go! Quick!
What? Ngebling sih.
Whoa! Greeting.
Let's go.
I don't know if I'm completely ready for this. But let's get going.
The dew is still on the leaves. The roads are clear. You don't need your horse. I'll stable him here. It'll be heaven for him. In any case, heaven's always close here. Hop on the wagon and Snorter and Dragonfly here will take care of us. Did I bring that stuff for Visor? Meat? Grain? Aesop? Got it all. Good. Come on then, get a move on. We've got a long journey ahead of us, so get yourself comfortable so your arse won't hurt. So, you say you're from Lower Samine, eh?
Well, not exactly. I'm not even from this region. I'm only doing some work for the miller.
I remember Crazel when he was still a wee lad. Even then he was a great big smart-ass. When I buried his parents, he was traipsing somewhere through the world. Maybe you heard what they say about Lower Samine round these parts. Crazel don't sell short measure, not that. He looks out for his reputation, but his helpers have been seen often in the villages after dark, looking fishy. Or during the day, in the pillories. Don't that Bonnie of yours belong to that gang too?
Unfortunately, she does. Crazel ordered Bonnie and her accomplice Zinnet to scrape saltpeter off the walls of the sties. And when they had a chance to loiter about in the yards here in the region, well, they made good use of the opportunity to line their purses.
Ay, ay, ay. What have I gotten myself into in my twilight years? Lower Samine's a thorn in the side for a lot of folk. Some on account of the competition. Some is just rubbed up the wrong way by that Crazel. Either way, all they need's the slightest excuse to grab their pitchforks, go and grab the miller and shove his face right in his own millstone. Lazy bones. Whoa, boys, whoa! Come on, come on! Are you deaf? Oh, they're acting stubborn again. Now listen, Henry. Here on the left side, you'll see the ruins of a cottage that's been abandoned for a few years.
I can't see a thing through those bushes.
You'll go and have a close look. Don't worry. I have a trap set inside the cottage. I wanted to lure a wolf into it, but that didn't work out. There's a deer rotting there unnecessarily. So hop in there and bring it to the wagon. Finally, at least we're not blocking the road too much.
Oh, Jesus, what a stench. Better quickly throw it in a sack and take it back to the wagon.
Oh no, what happened? Kenapa jadi rame?
Two stinking bastards that was here sneaking around the stars a while ago. Didn't you knacker?
I don't know what you're talking about.
Horse shit. They said
said they was working for you, mucking out spies.
Hey, we got another one.
Get over here! Now!
I'm coming.
Move it!
What's going on, Ignatius?
Ah, I'm trying to explain to these fellas we've got nothing to do with no thieving around here. They should go to Lower Samine to complain.
2 stinking pieces of shit was sneaking around our sties and cellars and lining their purses with silver too while they was at it. Some scruffy and dunger. You must be scruffy, eh?
I'm Henry, and those, names mean nothing to me.
Like I said, if it's rotten carrion they're after, they should have come to me. A passion for knacking is the only thing we have in common.
Is that so? So prove it then.
Take a good look at me. Do I look like a thief? Or more like
Yes.
a commonplace, maybe just slightly grubby, hired hand? At this rate, you could blame any old peasant who's grimy after a hard day's work.
I don't know. I don't reckon I've ever seen a real thief up close.
Ask around about me and you'll find out everyone knows I can't stand a liar. I'll keep my promises and show up on time. So enough talk, and let's carry on to where duty calls us.
All right, listen. We'll be going then. But if you happen to run into them 2 thieves, you tell us right away. Got it?
Of course.
You can count on it.
Glad to hear it. Let's go, fellas. Maybe... Did I get this right?
Not much left for us to do here, eh?
Hopefully our luck will hold out, and we'll only be breaking the limbs of carcasses today. The next farm's just up ahead. Hop on, and let's go. Here we go, Walter. Don't worry.
Hey, Ayo! What the fuck are you doing? Move here.
Now we'll help the locals here in Jdar with their carcasses.
So far, I've just carried sacks. I already did that for the miller.
Yesterday, the good wife from that farm came and told me both their pigs died. So we'll scoop 'em up and haul. She says it was a curse. There was a flash of lightning, the pigs started trembling, squealing and puking, and then keeled over and dropped dead.
All right, that's what you get. People sin here in their seclusion, thinking they're out of sight of our Lord.
It ain't my first day doing this job, so I could see right off them pigs had been poisoned. The good wife swore them pigs were happy as, well, pigs in shit. She said they even let them go to a nearby stream to have a wallow. It flows here through the forest on the right. Since we're here, you ought to go and take a look around there. Check how clear that spring really is.
All right, I'll see what's going on there.
And I'm going to enjoy having a helper. At least for one day. Maybe I'll roll around in the grass here with Snorter and Dragonfly. Yeah! Yeah!
Oh my god.
Yeah. Ugh, and another.
headed there next. I have the stuff with me.
But make sure you take care of it, yeah? I can't bear it much longer.
You ain't the only one. It's been bothering the Nabakov folks too. That'll all be over today.
God reward you for it.
God don't reward me much, but I'll probably get something from the bailiff for haul.
Ada serigala tadi kesini.
Those pigs came here to drink. Where to now? I can smell something upstream.
Apa nih? What did you smell? Oh ini.
Jesus! This is disgusting.
Bloody hell.
Do you want to keep going or not?
It really wasn't a curse. There are rotting carcasses in the water upstream from the watering spot. No wonder the pigs caught some disease.
Well, what do you know? I was right. I'll give you a hand. It'd take you all night on your own.
I took care of the carcasses. We can drive on.
Nice work. There's even a bit of meat left for me.
Yeah, you'd eat that. They've been lying there God knows how long.
But nicely in the cold. There's nothing wrong with it. Anyway, you won't be eating it, so don't worry about it. Let's keep going. Seeing as how you don't obey me, you're surely horsing around today. So far it ain't that bad, eh? You don't have to take down no hanged man or bury an unbaptized child.
Well, ever since I started working for the miller, all I did was carry sacks. The sack makers here in the region must live like kings. Of course, it could be a lot worse.
I like having to carry sacks full of thistles. Now listen to me closely. You won't be carrying anything at the next farmstead. Instead, you'll have to make one carcass there. See, the work of a knacker ain't just about clearing away dead animals. Now and then you've got to put down some creature, so it don't suffer. Or, like today, to put it down so everyone around it don't have to suffer. In this case, we're talking about a dog.
Well, what can I do? But I doubt I'll feel good about it.
That cur belongs to the greengrocer, Vizar. I've heard they're both pretty fierce. Don't draw too much attention to yourself at the farmstead. I'll give you some Aesop potion to drink first, and some meat and bane. Soak the meat with the poison and throw it to the dog. He'll probably be locked in a pen somewhere. As soon as it's done, we'll disappear before anyone notices anything. I got paid well for it from the neighbors, so don't fuck it up for me. Yeah! Yeah! Lazy bones. Greetings, friend. Greetings to you too. Vizar, my friend.
What do you want?
Greetings!
We were
Greetings to you two.
This yard, so I thought I'd stop by. How are you getting on?
Everyone's getting fucking nerve these days.
Nothing's changed then, eh? Glad to hear it. There's been bandits roaming these parts, but it seems quiet enough here.
Oh, Sakra! The dog isn't here. The door's open. Where did he run off to? Barking. He's coming from over there.
Where'd you come from?
Bonnie? What are you doing here?
What are you doing here?
The gravedigger wants me to poison that dog.
Jesus! And are you going to do it?
Well, what else can I do? You're the one who sent me to Ignatius. You just tactfully neglected to mention that when you and Zinnek were acting as his hands, you robbed half the houses in the county.
Shit. It's all gone sour.
This is all I have left to do before he takes me to the saltpeter pit.
And couldn't you find the pit without that? Just take a look at that poor creature. I'd like to keep him in place of my poor dead sniffer.
You surely know how to pick 'em. Your poor creature is terrorizing the whole area.
It's not the animal's fault. When Zinnek and I were here last, I saw how old Vysarik treats him. He doesn't give him food, he abuses him. With a master like that, he won't last long. You wouldn't kill a dumb creature just because its master is a sick horseman, would you?
Well, you don't have to convince me. Ever since the gravedigger told me to do it, I've been trying to figure out how to save that dog. If you want to take him, I won't stop you.
You're a much better Christian than I thought you were. I'll take him to the lair. We'll meet there.
Hurry off now, before someone sees us together.
Come on now, boy. You'll like it in the lair.
Here you go. Take it.
Oh, you pooch.
It's taken care of.
Taken care of? What do you mean?
The dog is dead. So, can we go to the pit now?
Dead, eh? And what are you so nervous about?
Well, it wasn't pleasant to watch. I did it exactly how you told me. I poisoned him.
Oh, aye? And how did it go exactly?
Well, I dipped the meat in poison. He ate it, and peacefully departed to doggy heaven.
So, it all went how it should. I use a real strong mixture so the creatures don't suffer too much. He's done for, the beast. Finally. Let's go before we start looking suspicious.
So this is it. This is the pit.
Slowly, boy, slowly. Have a bit of respect. Death always deserves respect, whether it's people or animals.
But there's hardly 3 heaps here. Is this really it? Are you yanking my pizzle again?
Of course not. True, it used to be one big pit. But then I found out when you pile up carcasses in smaller pits and throw some wet hay between them, it all rots better. And the better it rots, the more nitre you'll have. Are you going to take some right away?
I won't. The miller will probably send some people here.
Well, they'd better not dig it all up. That'd disturb the natural balance, see? And soon they'll find out there's no place to find saltpeter.
Well, I reckon I'm delaying the inevitable. I'll still have to taste it.
You're going to taste it?
It's the only way I can be certain it really is saltpeter.
God's nails. And they say I'm disgusting. Wait a moment. I've got a reward for you. Just so's you don't think old Ignatius and his even older nags is ungrateful riffraff. Take it as a thanks for your help. Maybe you'll take over my trade one day when I'm pushing up daisies myself.
Who knows? Maybe that'll really be my fate. I'll live at the cemetery, build piles of carcasses, and eat bread with saltpeter.
Here's something that'll definitely come in handy if you ever need to go through all this again. Either with me or somewhere else.
Thanks.
Taste it then. Get to it. This I have got to see. You didn't have to make such a feast of it.
Look at me. I'm a Lord's messenger to a taster of cadavers. Cold and salty. This must be it. If you're going back to your cottage, I'd like to take a ride with you.
Of course. But in return, you have to help me get all this lot buried. So there's some more saltpeter in the making. Hail Mary.
Are you blind? You almost ran into me. Good men, so you can avoid danger. Hear what I say about
Whoa! Quick! Go! 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 Yeah! Go! Quick! Quick!
You have a kind master, eh?
Mandi.
How can I help? Certainly.
I need a hot bath and my clothing cleaned.
Excellent. Pay up?
Let's talk about...
Certainly.
Do you accept?
Look off. You certainly won't
Maria.
Greetings to you.
It happens! Just watch where you're going next time.
Oke, sekarang ke sini. Mana ya jalannya?
Quick! Go! Go!
Buat kuda kita.
Die! Die! Quick!
Don't you know how to keep your...
Quick! Go! Die!
Ka! Ka! Ka!
Oh, you must.
Quick! Go! Ja! Look what I have for you.
Good afternoon.
You've got the body of a dead nomad here.
Makes for a nice tree decoration, don't you think? No tears shed over that bugger. He started it.
What exactly happened here?
Nothing special. We ran into these two fellas out here in the woods, and one of them pulled a knife on us right off. We're lucky none of us ended up gutted, although he managed to cut up one of ours pretty bad before we took him down. We caught the other fella. Took him. Who had already stabbed someone there, too.
I'd like to bury him.
What? Forget it. Them heathens from down by the pond sent you, am I right?
Don't you know that when one of those people dies a violent death, his spirit always comes back to roam the countryside? You wouldn't want this place to be haunted, would you, friend?
Haunted, eh?
And his mother is a mighty witch. I wouldn't mess with her if I was you.
Shit, that didn't occur to me. We certainly don't want anything like that here. Take him as far away from here as you can.
Okay.
Ugh, you're as heavy as a sack of rocks.
Jauh juga. Naikin atas kuda kan nih?
This isn't how you imagined things would end for you, is it? We'll be there soon. Don't worry. You'll be at peace now. Damn. You're no lightweight.
Jauhnya.
Geza, you did not deserve this. Henry, put him in the grave here.
Here I am. Poor Gazer almost broke my back.
Thank you for your help, Henry. I hope the woodcutters did not cause too much trouble.
Well, I managed.
I am glad to hear. Anyway, my family is not here yet. Edai must come to Vartinel.
Should I go to the camp to get her and the voivod?
No, I will go and get them myself. You have done more than enough for us already. And I have to bring something from camp. We must bury him with his favorite possession. That is the only way he will remain in the next world and not want to return. You stay here with him and wait until I come back with the others.
I, Henry, thank you for saving Tibor. And that we can bury poor Geza properly now.
Palikerau Ternogajo, you who will finally unite our familia. Now come with us to escort Geza on his last journey. Devla amaro, sosal pro opiren, pošvestin pestironau, autiro tagaripen, mejelauka sartukames, pro pripen aukate prepuf. Omaro amaro de amen adagives. Umalidia amen, androbini. Tirohin od Hagaripen, Tozor, Toaš Dupinen, Andresa Berškaj Avena.
Amen.
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 Outliving your chave is a terrible thing. It is even worse when you cannot bury them.
Thank you, Henry. We will never forget this. If someone touches you, I whip them like a cur.
Thank you, voivod. I'm glad we could give your son a decent burial.
From now on, I consider you my Gajo Pral. Brother, if you ever need anything, come to me. I will share all I know with you, and if you ever need a place to stay at our camp, I am sure Geza would not mind you sleeping in his place.
And I will keep my word and tell you how things are with the amulet. But let us now give Geza some peace. Come to our camp. We talk. Henry, the thing is, I cannot give you the amulet.
Not even now? After I did everything you asked from me?
Ashta, hold on. It is Chuhajuno, and its power protects me. And Marika knows well that I'm trapped without it.
What do you mean, trapped? What kind of game is this?
This is no game, Gajo. Marika stole the letter from me.
What letter?
One from Emperor Sigismund himself. Before you start cursing the ginger folks, you should know he was good Hungarian king before he came to fuck with Bohemia. Back then, he defended Hungary from the Turks, and I fought with him. We had a whole company of Roma warriors, armed to teeth. I led them. For our help, Sigismund gave us letter of safe conduct that give us freedom to travel and protection from the law.
So you're not subject to any lord?
Just so. He give us freedom to travel the world and judge our own people by our own laws. With the letter, we are free people. Without, we are like beasts to be hunted. They can put us in pillory, drive us out of town. Anyone can do what they like to us.
I can see where this is going.
That piece of parchment make us people. Without it, we are nothing. The rest of the camp doesn't...